Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Homecare Buses United live session. Right, so we've been with you every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and bringing to you different conversations, and sometimes it's like fully blown training, anyways. So if you are a home care agency owner, if you are in the process of waiting for your license, listen, this is a place to be, and you don't want to miss any of those 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live that we are doing. If you haven't met yet, I'm Enoch Dennis, and I'm the co-founder of Home Care Buses United, the one and only community for home care agency owners and aspiring home care agency owners, where you are supported. You get, we do free trainings all the time, and we provide you with the best and the latest in the industry. So tonight we're gonna have a conversation tonight about the one thing that you need to do when your home care agency is disorganized, right? When your home care agency is disorganized, what is the one thing that you need to do? So if you're coming on the live now, say hi, say hello. If you're catching the replay, listen, still say hi, still say hello. If you're catching the replay, it's okay. And we like hearing from you anyway. So let's hear from you all. We want to hear from you all, and let us know. Let us know. By the way, go ahead and invite your friends. Who are in the industry. Just invite them. Go ahead and do that. I'll give you like 3 seconds to just tag some of your friends into this live, and I'm waiting on you to do that. So to, today we're gonna be talking about this one a very important topic about home care agency disorganization, right? If your home care agency is disorganized, what do you do? What can you do about that? It seems like my camera just went off. Give me just a second because I'm not seeing myself. Okay, can you guys see me? Can everybody see me? Uh, Let me make sure that I take care of this really quick to make sure that my camera is okay. I think we should be back now. I think we should be back. The camera should be back up right now. All right, I believe it is. It is back. We're back in business. So, again, today we're going to be talking about if you do this, if your home care agency is disorganized. Okay, I'm going to give you that one thing if your home care agency is disorganized. But the first thing is kind of like, what does that mean? Your home care agency is disorganized. What does that mean, right? What does it mean? Here's the thing. A lot of times, as business people in general, right? It can be hard to actually acknowledge that, hey, things are not organized, right? It can be hard to acknowledge that, hey, things are not organized. We have things all over the place, and it seems like we don't even know what we're doing, right? So that happens in businesses, and it's okay. There's no shame into it, right? There's no shame into it. Even those of us who are better organized, there were times where we were so disorganized, it looked like chaos, right? And here's the thing: I speak with home care agency owners almost every day, and a lot of times, that's where a lot of time they bring the conversation to that place, right? Like they are very disorganized. Things are all over the place. They don't know where everything is, and and they are having issues, right? And they're trying to grow. And sometimes I have to bluntly tell them, you cannot go into chaos. You cannot bring new clients into that chaos. You have to take a step back and do this one thing. And this is the thing that I'm gonna be telling you about. Let me know in the chat if you know what I am referring to when I am saying being disorganized, right? Being disorganized. Let me know in the chat if you know what I'm talking about when I say being disorganized. And listen, I'm not saying this in a bad way, in a way to to shame anybody. It's not. It's just a part of business, right? It's just a state in business. Sometimes we get to that place, right? Either because when you started, you didn't take time to have you didn't make sure you have everything in place. And then as you grow, it's like you don't ever go back to see what you have and fix things and organize. Or the things that you had in the beginning, you as you are growing, you didn't rebuild your infrastructure to support the growth that you are having. Therefore you become disorganized, right? So disorganization can be because you the way you started, or it can be as you're growing, you have outgrown the kind of like the structure that you put in place when you were just getting started, and then you become disorganized, right? So, so let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever been in that situation. Somebody said not having training in place for employees or not responsive to your staff. Yes, this is also being disorganized, right? Being disorganized because it's like if you're not responsive to your staff, they don't know what to do, and sometimes that can also be reflected on the on the end user of your services, meaning that your clients, right? That can be that can impact your client, and you don't want that. So here's what you want to do to get organized. By the way, let me say hi to Josie, to Betty, to Rivera, Floris. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. So let us know in the chat. Say hi, say hello. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat now, and I'll be answering them in a moment. So, what do you do when your agency is disorganized? What do you do when you don't know where anything is? You feel like you're overwhelmed. Here's the one thing that you do. Disorganization is because it's it, it's uh it's kind of like telling us we have uh our structure is lacking, right? It's telling you your structure is lacking. Your structure needs some work. Your structure needs to be reorganized. That's what it's telling you. So what do? Go back and look at the different systems you're supposed to have in your home care agency, right? Go back, look at the different systems you're supposed to have in your home care agency, and see exactly where in each of them, where is that, you know, where is that disorganization is coming from, right? For example, if you're having issues, somebody just said something about not being responsive to your staff. Guess what? Go back and look at your employee management system, right? Look at your employee management system and see exactly where in that process, the processes in your employee management, where is that lack? Where is that problem, right? Where are you missing something? And then you can fix it. But you need to actually have an employee management system so that when something is breaking, you can go back to it and see where is it breaking, right? Just a little bit of side note. Whenever there is an issue in your business, whether it's client complaint, employee complaints, issues with vendors, issue with third parties, it's almost always, I can almost always guarantee you, it's somewhere in your processes. There is a break somewhere in your processes. I can guarantee you that there is a break somewhere in your processes. That's why the issues are coming up. The issues are simply symptoms to tell you, go back to your processes, go back to your systems, and fix what is breaking, right? Fix what is breaking. If your employees are complaining, your employees, they can get in touch with you, they're having issues, go back to your employee management system and see the processes that should be in place in your employee management system, and see what is breaking there. And then you can fix it. Once you fix it, you communicate that, and then you're good, right? You should be good. So this is that's basically what you should be doing when you have when you are disorganized is go back to the systems that you should have in place and see where is the lack of structure in that system, right? Where is the lack of processes in that system, and then fix it, right? Then fix it. So if you do that every time, you're gonna be okay. Will issues still come up? Will you see this organization every now and then? Yes, you will. It's business. Business is not meant to be built and then forget about it. This is not business. Business is supposed to be dynamic, right? There are changes happening based on different things. The economy, your clients change, demographic changes, and business is supposed to be dynamic. So as business is moving, being so dynamic, it also requires us as business owners to go back to our systems and to the processes that need to be updated to keep up with the changes in demographic, the changes in technology, the changes in the social economic situation of wherever you are, right? So we can update our processes, our systems to to fix whatever needs to be fixed, right? So let me know in the chat, somebody, if you get what I was saying in the a moment ago. Put systems in the chat for me. Systems. Put systems in the chat for me. All right. System. Elizabeth. Right. Chibosor. Latoya Jones. Put systems in the chat for me. Systems. Let me know that you're getting what I was saying. Right. You guys are paying attention. You guys are great, awesome students. Right. Put systems in the chat. So yeah, so this is what you need to have to in place. You need to be taking care of your systems, right? Take care of your systems, and your systems will take care of you. So um how do you take care of your systems? How do you fix your systems? How do you make sure you have the proper systems in place? We have a training that will help you with exactly that. Our training August 4th to the 8th, Systemize to Scale with AI. We will reveal to you actually day one of that training. We're going to show you the 7 systems and automations that you need to have in your home care agency to streamline your operation. The 7 systems and automations you need to have in your home care agency to streamline your operations. So once you have the systems in place, first of all, you need to know them. Once you know them, then you make sure you have them in place. You put structure, you put processes in place. Guess what's gonna happen? Less chaos, right? Your agency is gonna be a lot less chaotic. And when something happens, you will know exactly where to go, what to fix, and just keep moving, keep updating, and keep upgrading, right? So the first thing that you have to do is to make sure you have the systems in place and fix things properly, right? So systemize to scale with AI. This is the training where we're going to show you exactly how to do that with AI, with automation, so that your agency can move into the next phase, into the next revolution of AI, of automation. And guess what? Less friction, less breakage in your agency, because now you have automation taking care of things, right? And you have AI as well in your home care agency. So I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. The only way you are able to know and to learn about these things is to register for the workshop. If you haven't registered for the workshop yet, I don't know what you're waiting on, right? So I don't know what you're waiting on. The link is in the chat. If you haven't registered yet, put no in the chat. If you've registered, put yes in the chat. Let me know who's registered and who hasn't registered for the workshop. If you have, just put yes in the chat. Just put yes in the chat. Put yes in the chat. You have registered. Emma, all right. How you doing, Emma? Just put yes in the chat if you've already registered. If you haven't, put no in the chat. It's okay if you haven't. At least if you put no, you letting us know that, hey, this is something that is also important to you, and you need to learn about systemizing your home care agency. You need to learn about how to leverage the power of AI and automation in your home care agency to streamline your operation, to do more in less time, right? To do more in less time, and to increase your profit. When you have AI and automation in your home care agency, instead of setting up your systems, what's gonna happen? Less human error, less friction, more revenue. You will grow with less chaos, and you will increase your profit, right? So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you have registered already for the workshop. Put yes in the chat if you have. If you haven't, put no in the chat. But if you see me looking at kind of like gazing around, it's because I'm looking at different places where people are watching this, and I'm getting answers from all of them. So if you have if you already registered, put yes. If you haven't, just put no so we get you the link to register. So day one of the workshop, we will talk about the 7 systems and automations you need in your home care agency to streamline your operation. All right. So August 4th to the 8th, systemize to scale with AI. It's virtual, so no traveling, no hotel flight fees. It's only 2 hours a day. It's in the evening. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's when we start. It's in the evening, and from the comfort of your home, your office, wherever you will be, um, as long as you have internet connection. If you go on a vacation, listen, there is no way, at least if I were you, there is no way I would miss such a workshop. The only type of the only type of workshop in this caliber in the entire home care industry, right? There's only one of this training in the entire home care industry where we are showing you how to implement, how to leverage AI and automation in your home care agency. Why would I miss that? This is not happening anywhere else in this entire home care industry in this country. That's the only training, that's only workshop where you're going to learn how to leverage AI and automation in your home care agency. There's no way you would miss it. At least I wouldn't miss it. If I were to go on vacation, I would still go on my vacation. But guess what? 8 p.m. at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I would be on my laptop, on my phone, logging into this training. Because guess what? If I can go on vacation and my agency is working, the agency is affording me to go on vacation, I want to strengthen that agency. I want to add even more automation, more AI in that agency so that I can have even more time to go on more vacation and still make more profit, right? So that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I don't know what you will be doing. So even vacation would not stop me from getting into this training. Even if I had to go to the end of to the opposite side of the world, guess what I would do? As long as there's an internet connection, I would still register and connect. Doesn't matter. You're gonna be in New Zealand, you're gonna be anywhere in Europe, you're gonna be anywhere in Africa, in Asia, wherever you're gonna be. Guess what? They have internet connection. There's no way somebody has to miss this workshop. As long as there's internet connection, you got to link him. So, questions. Just add your questions in the chat. Add your questions in the chat for me so I can answer your questions. Let me know. Let me see the questions in the chat. Let me know any questions that you have so that I can answer any questions that you have. I'm looking for questions that are asked in the chat. If anything that I didn't address yet, I will certainly answer uh, any questions that you have. Okay, so let me see. I'll stay here for probably like another minute uh, to make sure if you have any questions that I'm answering your questions. Okay, that's my goal, is to make sure that we're giving you the information that you need to make sound decision to help you in your home care agency. So any questions? Questions are welcome. All right. So since you guys are getting this very well, and Your questions were already answered while I was talking. So uh, thank you for joining us tomorrow, same time, same place, 6 p.m. Eastern time, same time, same place. Before that, join the workshop. Join the workshop. Listen, it's only $27. I can't I cannot stress on that enough. The fact that we're giving you 5 days, about 2 hours a day, that's 10 hours for only $27 of sharing with you what we know, our knowledge and everything, and showing you how to better your home care agency. Um, I don't know. Do what you want with that information. All I'm saying is this is a no-brainer. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like there is no way to not come to that training. So you want to know how to leverage AI and automation? Join us August 4th to the 8th, and we will show you how to do that. Um, until then, question questions are coming. Do you think a referral company will give you the same profit as a home care agency? Do you think a referral company will give you the same profit as a home care agency? So, are you talking about you being a referral company? Um, um, if you being a referral company, if this is what you are referring to, and if this is not what you are saying, please explain in the chat. But that's what I understand. You being a referral company, would that give you the same profit as a home care agency? Um, at the end of the day, it's all about you, right? It's all about you. How much work do you want to put in? There is no guarantee that this business is going to give you more profit than that business. It's all about how much work are you willing to put in to get the clients, to service them, and to grow the business. If you are willing to do it, it doesn't matter what business you are in, you're going to make the profit. Okay, you're going to make the profit. Same thing when people are saying, "Oh, is this state better than that state? This state will give me more. Will I make more money if I'm in this state versus going to that state?" It's not the state. It's about you, right? It's not the state. It's all about you, right? So having a referral company, how much work do you want to put in? Determine your profit. So this is how you do it. Work it backwards. Okay, work it backwards. Say you want to make $100,000 in profit. Just an example. Make it easy to understand. Let's say, you know what, for this year, I want to make $100,000 in profit. It doesn't matter if it's a home care agency, if it's a referral company. The profit is exactly the same, right? The profit is exactly the same. What you do, work it backward. If you want to make $100,000 in profit, work it backwards, saying, okay, if I want to do this, then um, what is the profit margin, the typical profit margin in that industry, right? Is it 30%? Is it 20%? Is it 40, 50%? So now you have the profit margin, and then you can say, okay, if it's 20%, that means, you know what, to make 100, well, let's say it's 50% for the sake of easy math, right? Let's say it's 50%. So if your profit is $100,000 and your margin, the percentage is 50%, that means you made the revenue was 50,000. I mean, I'm sorry, the revenue was 200,000, okay? The revenue was 200,000. So if the revenue was 200,000, now you're going to say, what is the um, average sell, the average amount per sale in that space, right? So let's say for home care agency, it's $30, right? So you're gonna say, okay, how many billable hours do I need to service to make $200,000, right? To make $200,000, just do 200,000 divided by 30, and then say, how many referrals do I need to send to make $200,000 in revenue. Well, what is the average uh, you make on a referral? I don't know. Let's say it's $100. Divide 200,000 by 100. And now say, what do I need to do to get, to get that many referrals? If you make $100 per referral, then you can determine exactly how many referrals do you need to make, right? And then you say, what do I need? I just wish I had my whiteboard in the back here. I could do the math for you, but it's all the way over there. So I had to move things to bring it here. But yeah, so you can determine exactly how many referrals you need in order to make $200,000. And then you will determine, okay, if I need X amount of referrals, that also means I may have a lot of other things that I may also I need to work a whole lot more to get that amount of referrals, right? If you need 200 referrals, that doesn't mean that doesn't if you can find if you need 200 referrals, that doesn't uh, that doesn't mean that you're gonna get exactly 200 referrals to send, right? You only need to work for that. You may need to have like 500 contacts, 500 people coming to you before they agree to send you, before they agree to have your service, right? So you have to ask yourself all of those questions. Same for the home care agency. If you need 2,000 billable hours to make that money, well, that doesn't mean everybody who comes to you, they are going to say yes to you and sign up. So, so what does that mean? That means you need to work a whole lot more to make that $200,000. I got it. To make that money, right? So, um, again, it's all about your work ethic. How much work you want to put in to make that money. Let me get my whiteboard so you guys can see. I don't have my big. All right, can you guys see? Let me know if you can see. If you can see, right? Let me know. Hopefully the camera is on the right side. Okay, yeah, it's on the good side, so you can see. So this is what I was saying. So if you need, I said start with your profit, right? Start with your profit. So say profit. You're gonna start with your profit. You the example was for a referral company, right? So a referral company versus home care agency. Okay. So I said start with your profit. So the profit is the same. How much profit you want to make? $100,000 on both sides. Okay, $100,000 everywhere. That's what you want to make. The next thing that I said is, what is the profit margin typically in that industry, right? What is the profit margin? And that is based on um, all of the expenses and everything that you have to account for, your employees, your office and softwares, coaching, and all of that. And then after you are done paying for all of those things, now the rest of it is your profit margin, right? So what what is your profit margin? Let's say the profit margin, for the sake of you know simple math. I'm not saying 50% is the profit margin for any of those things. Okay? Disclaimer, all right? That's my disclaimer. I'm not saying 50% is actually the profit margin for any of this. What I'm saying is, for the sake of fast tabulation for anyone here watching, let's say that the profit margin is 50%. Okay? So that means your revenue needs to be 200,000. Okay, 200,000. So profit margin, profit margin 50%. And let me put a big asterisk next to it, a big star next to it. That means it's not accurate. Okay, so if your revenue needs to be $200,000, anybody getting this? Carol, Demetria, Latasha. So if your revenue needs to be $200,000, the next question to ask is, what is the average um, uh, cost, the average price for a unit of service, right? In home care agency, our unit of service is billable hours. How much do you charge per hour, right? Per hour. For the sake of a simple tabulation, let's say it's $40 an hour. Okay, let's say it's $40 an hour. So if it's $40 an hour, what do? Do 200,000. Where's my phone? 200,000 divided by 40, right? 200,000 divided by 40, and that would give you 5,000. If I'm so good at doing math in my head, 200,000 divided by 40. Yes, that's 5,000. I still got it. People. So that's 5,000. So we're talking about unit price. Okay, I feel like I'm doing like a finance course here. I'm a professor, right? So unit price, not unit price, unit sorry, I jumped ahead. So if unit price is 40, where am I going? Okay. So unit price is $40, right? $40 per hour. So you need 5,000 billable hours for that unit for that. All right, let me do this. So unit price is $40 per hour. For referral company, disclaimer again, I don't know exactly how much it is for a referral company. The person who gave the example, who asked the question, if you know exactly, if you know it, let me know. If you don't, I'm just gonna throw in a random number just for the sake of giving you an example. And of course, you can go ahead and take this, put it on your own paper, and calculate it. You will get the correct answer. Okay, so let's say if you know it, by the way, put it in the chat for me so I can give a very much more accurate answer. So unit price for home care services, we said let's do it at $40 an hour. And unit price for referral company, that means how much do you get paid for each referral that you send out, right? How much do you get paid for each referral that you send out? um, um, Let me know. Let me know what is that amount? What is it? Is a company something that is like, the um the ones that send you referrals and they charge you like $50 per referral? Is that what you're talking about, or is it the company that do placements and then they literally have like the placement can be three, four, $500, right? So not sure a hypothetical example is okay. The contract will be different. All right, so let's go with this. Let's say, for the sake of this example, hypothetically, let's say it's $200. Okay, let's say it's $200 per referral per unit, right? Let's say it's $200 you get per referral. Okay, so how do you determine exactly what do you need? So in this example, 200K, you will need 1,000 referrals. Okay, so 200,000 divided by 200, that's 1,000 referrals. You need and that is 5,000 uh 5,000 billable hours. Okay, 5,000 billable hours. Now the question is, in both cases, how much work do you want to put in? Right? How much work do you want to put in both cases? All right. You may need, if your conversion, if you have to get, if every 3 people you talk to, one of them buy your services, that means you will need, you have to calculate how many, actually, like, how many people you need to talk to before you can get one person to buy your services. But at 5,000 billable hours, it's a lot of work in terms of marketing. In terms of marketing, to get, right, to get clients to pay 5,000 billable hours. Okay, to get enough clients for 5,000 billable hours, right? Depends on where you are. This can literally be five clients. This can be like between 5 to 7 clients can actually give you $200,000 a year. Okay, so if you do private pay, by the way, I'm not talking about state program. Private pay, about 5 to 7 clients will give you $200,000 a year. Okay, so to get 5 to 7 clients for the year, you have to think about marketing. You have to think about going to events. You have to do. If you have 7 clients, you probably did 15, 15 to 20 assessments, or talking to the people, and then see what they need, and maybe they decide to go with another agency, or they didn't want the service right away. People come, and then they, things happen, they have to leave or they pass away, so we have to take all of that into consideration. Same here. So at the end of the day, like I said, it's about your work ethic. It's about how much work you want to put in. Okay, so that's how you should look into it. Okay, somebody say private pay is about $25 per hour. Like I said, I was giving a hypothetical, right? Hypothetically, to make the math easy. If I said $25 per hour, it may be a little bit harder for, I understand that would have been 8,000 billable hours, right? That would have been 8,000 billable hours at $25 per hour, right? So 200,000 divided by 25, that's it. That's 8,000. But I wanted to make the math a lot, the calculation of this, I wanted to make it a lot easier. That's why I said 25,000. So disclaimer, again, disclaimer. So yeah. So it's all about the numbers. Numbers don't lie. It's all about the numbers. So whenever you're trying to, whenever you are trying to determine what you should be doing, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I start this business instead of that business? Go to the numbers, right? Go to the numbers, and then the numbers will tell you, hey, this is the amount of work that you need to put in. And then you will tell yourself, am I willing to put in that much work? Right? Am I willing to put in that much work? So this is what you're gonna tell yourself. Yes, I'm willing to put in that much work, or no, I'm not. And then you move on, right? You move on. So this is why when people are saying, is this state better than that state? Am I gonna make more money in this state? Or my state is not a good state? How much work do you want to put in? Right? There's business in every single state. How much work do you want to put in will determine everything. So that's it for today. So that's it for today. I didn't know I was gonna do a whole class today, but hey, it happened. Um, here's what I want you guys to do. Josie, oh, you're welcome, Josie. You're welcome. Here's what I want you guys to do. Listen, all of this, all of this will also require you to have an agency with the proper system to systemize your home care agency. All of this is going to require you to do that, right? You don't want to have a $200,000 agency in chaos, right? And then if you have a $200,000 agency, you're like, you know what? I want to make $1 million. I want to go for $1 million. And then your systems are not where they're supposed to be to support you making $1 million. Right? What's gonna happen? You're gonna have more employees, and then if you don't have your processes in place for your employees, you don't have that employee management system in place to keep everything what it's supposed to be, guess what's gonna happen? Chaos is gonna come really fast and louder because now you are making more and then you have more employees, right? You have more employees, it's a lot easier to be more chaotic when you have more employees. You have more clients. If your client management system is not uh, properly in place, guess what's gonna happen? Chaos as well, right? So yeah, come to the training. Come to the workshop. Attend the workshop. It's only $27. It's only $27. Register for the workshop. The link is in the chat. Register for the workshop, and then yeah, and then we'll show you exactly day one. Day one, we're gonna talk about the 7 systems and automation that you need uh, have to streamline your home care operation. Okay, so link in the chat. It's a no-brainer. Click on it, register August 4th to the 8th, and let's get you sorted out. Have a wonderful night. God bless you all. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye-bye.